Hey guys, we just hit week 4, so just a little rundown as to what this week looks like. This is where we finally get the first draft of our paper together and turned in. So just to give you an idea of what this looks like, we're in module number 4. I did have to change some dates on here, so pay close attention. I did change them on here. We originally were not going to have this rough draft due until the 19th because next week we were supposed to get together and you guys could have reviewed your papers in person. Unfortunately, McKendree has announced that they will not be having classes for the rest of the year, or at least for the rest of this semester. I don't know about the year. So unfortunately, we have to kind of reschedule a little bit. So in order to make sure that you guys have enough time to review each other's papers, I have moved the due date for your rough draft up to the 12th. Okay, that still gives you an entire week to complete the rough draft. It does not need to be perfect. We're going to go over the rubric here in a second, but this is not perfection. You're going to post that rough draft online for a colleague to review, and I'll show you that later. And then their review will also count, or your review of their paper will count as a grade. So in Module 4 here, there's not really any new material. Let me see if I can get it to come up. In your content folder, you have a Chapter 6 review. And this is again just your review. You already had this chapter in module number 2. This is just the kind of the fundamentals, just in case you're stuck on your paper. In your statistics folder, you have chapters 9 and 10, or 8 and 9, one of the two. That's also available for you in Statistically Speaking. And then the rubric for your rough draft is here as well. So if we're looking at the rubric for the rough draft, let me get myself out of the way. What we're looking for is length. It does need to be 10 pages to get the full 10 points. So a rough draft doesn't mean that you don't have all of the data that you plan on giving me. It just means that it's not in perfect form. Your regular title page, you guys have all had great title pages. I'm not worried about that. Your citation should be correct. 2 or fewer errors will get you that full 2 points. 99% of your citation should already be correct because that's what we worked on the last 2 assignments. Make sure that you use past tense in this paper. So whenever we're talking about research, it's in the past tense. So just make sure that you are following those rules. Your literature review should, look good, and not have a lot of grammatical, punctuation, APA type issues. Don't use I. You can never use I in formal literature reviews. And then make sure that you're doing this by theme. And what that means is that I don't just want a summary of each of those papers put together, or each of those articles put together. What I really need you to do is reach into those articles individually and pull out data so that it fits together in a theme. So for most of you, if you didn't already break your paper into 3 main topics, I helped you break that paper into those. You didn't have to use the themes that I gave you, but that's kind of the concept here. So each of your theme should have bits and pieces of each of those articles. So you're not just going from one article to the next article to the next article. It's summarizing everything together based on a theme. So that's how you earn the full 15 points of this paper. Let me get you to where I want you to post it. Okay, once you're ready for your classmates to review, you're going to go to the discussion board section, and we have a rough draft review that will be available to you. If you click on the rough draft review, you can actually see I have your name listed here as to where you should put your rough draft. You don't have to put it in the comments. You can actually just connect it to a document if you would like, but the person in the back part of the listing should review it. Let's see here. So if Chelsea was to post her rough draft here, Janet would review, and she's going to review just using the comment on the thread. So you can see here, all Chelsea's going to do is reply. And actually, if you click this button right here, you can insert a file, or you can cut and paste into the discussion board posting. It's a lot easier for your classmate to change or to review a Word document. So try to post these as Word documents using this little paperclip guy here. You can select your file and then hit submit, and it's going to list as a discussion board posting. And then the next person, or Janet, would come in after that and post hers as a response. So if you have any questions at all about this process, please reach out early. If you have any concerns, let me know. And as always, I'm right here if you need me.